guys, welcome back to another episode on the ChaosCraft server with myself, Knux. How you doing? Today I think is going to be a talky episode, so if you're not a fan of the talky episodes, best to look away now. But yeah, I just wanted to talk to you guys about recent events that have been happening on the server. As you probably saw by the last episode, we have slain thine Ender Dragon and have claimed the server as our own. So he's no longer a problem. We can get on with building our Ender farm and whatnot. And you'll probably notice that we did that with the health regen off, or at least we tried to. I think it was only off for a couple of players. I think the admins have to set it themselves. Like after the Ender Dragon was all said and done, I went into the console and fixed it. Basically, I made it so everyone was suffering from the no health regen, just to make it fair. And I can appreciate that some people are looking at this thinking, oh, we're just copying the Minecraft server, and we did do a little note at the end of the last episode. We're not intentionally trying to copy the Minecraft guys, do you know what I mean? They are exceptionally good at what they do. They're always coming up with original ideas. But just because they're doing hardcore mode, does that mean they've got a monopoly on it now? Does that mean that they're the only server that can do hardcore mode as sort of like a long-term thing? And really, the people on this server don't really die an awful lot unless we're in game events. Do you know what I mean? So unless we're playing like the Hunger Games or something like that, the people on the ChaosCraft server don't really die to mobs and things like that. I think Arnie is probably the only one, but I don't think he uses armor or weapons or things like that. I think he just lets things kill him and then goes and retrieves his equipment afterwards. But yeah, hopefully with the hardcore mode on, it will make the server a lot more interesting, especially now that we've got this this arena on its way here. And I want to talk about the arena a bit as well, but I'll get on that once I'm done with the hardcore mode talk. Also, Peacemaker has set up the death games on the ChaosCraft server, similar to Ethos on the Minecraft server. He's done it slightly differently. The building is in the shape of a skull, and if we get lucky at the end of the episode, I will show us that. There's my obsidian. So yeah, again, I don't want I don't want to be copying the Minecraft server, do you know what I mean? We've got our own ideas, we've got our own unique things going on, like this arena, pretty unique idea, I think, in the grand scale of things. I don't think many other people have tried to do like a multi-biomed arena and that kind of thing. Not to this scale anyway, this is quite large. So I'm hoping this is unique, but obviously the death games, it might have helped if we'd called them something different to the death games to sort of give them their own distinction. That's what we did with our version of, not ultra hardcore because it is slightly different, but we called ours hardcore chaos, and in our version you're allowed to team up with other people, and I think you can earn extra lives and things like that. So it is different from ultra hardcore, but we called it hardcore chaos because we wanted to give it a unique spin. And I was kind of hoping we'd be able to do the same with the death games, unless the death games has just become sort of like Ethos made this sort of bog standard building, and then you guys can take it and put it on your server to play death games yourself. Because the thing with the death games is, I'm not in it at the moment, I will be though. I want to finish the arena before I start letting myself into any competitions and things like that. But yeah, no, with the death games, I think that just allows people to go around kill. Like if you want to take part in competition without actually having to turn up to arenas and things like that, and less faffing about, all you've got to do is stick your name in a chest, and I think it's a good idea. It sort of says, yes, you can attempt to kill me, but I will defend myself, sort of deal. So I think the death games is good. We'll go check that out at the end of this episode. I'm on with DR at the moment, just chilling out. He finished the bottom of the domes for me, doing all the lower sections. You know, the skeleton sort of thing that we've had to do around the base of each of these. So yeah, we can now finally start filling them all in, hopefully. And yeah, talking about the arena, I haven't really given a valid explanation for the death games though. The death games, we're going to keep the death games on the server, definitely, 100%, and we hope that this isn't seen as us copying just the Mindcrackers, do you know what I mean? Got a lot of respect for those guys. In fact, Good is almost like a hero to me. The fact he does what he does, having to run the Minecraft server, sorting out all the problems there, running the Feed the Beast server. The guy's kind of an inspiration, do you know what I mean? Like, he's managed to keep the Minecraft boat afloat for quite some time. So, yeah, he's like a role model. If you're going to have any role model, I suppose Good is probably one of the better ones to have. Just because he's got his head screwed on, his business sense and all that, do you know what I mean? He knows what's going on, he knows how to play the game. I've screwed myself out of this section here. But yeah, we're just trying to make the game a bit more interesting for ourselves. Because my little Chaos Nova people, my ChaosCrafters, it's like, they ask me to do things all the time, like, oh hey, can we go fight the Ender Dragon? And I put it off for months because like not everyone's here. Like Leo Maxwell, It's Minkable, Awesome Endeavours and a couple of others. We haven't seen them for a while. Like Awesome Endeavours is doing college work. Leo Maxwell is like, I think at university or something. It's Minkable, I don't know what's going on with It's Minkable. I think he's just taking a break from the server for a little while. But it's difficult to get in touch with everyone. It's so difficult to get everyone to do the same thing at the same time. Like Hardcore Chaos is really difficult to set up. And I didn't really want to do the dragon fight without Awesome Endeavours there, because, you know, he's part of the family, he's part of our little group. But I think he's going through some shit at college at the moment and school, and just needs to, I think he just wants to buckle down and get his schoolwork down, which is fair enough, do you know what I mean? If I'd have had his sense when I was a kid, hell, I might have even walked out of school with some A grades and whatever. But it's no big deal that I didn't. I'm still doing alright with my life. Or I like to think I'm doing alright with my life. My New Zealand friends, well, one of my New Zealand friends and his girlfriend, Alex and Martine, they came to visit me yesterday, and obviously I used to live in New Zealand, absolutely loved it, best time of my life. I wake up every morning wondering why I came back, and then I remember that I've got my friends here. But do you know what I mean? Like, New Zealand is an amazing country, and just Alex lives in Christchurch, and he was telling me about how the city's changed after all the earthquakes and things like that, how everything's developed, and it just sort of reaffirmed my ideas that I need to get back out there. I need to start selling my books properly. I need to, do you know what I mean? I need to get back out to New Zealand, because England is no good for me right now. I don't think it's ever really been good for me. I don't really fit in here. I've always been about self-sustainability. Like, I used to grow my own tobacco, because obviously I smoke, and I used to grow, we grow our own runner beans, tomatoes, everything like that. I'm into the self-sufficiency, do you know what I mean? Like, but England's a shit country. It doesn't really allow for stuff like that. In my opinion, England is a rubbish country. Just like my opinion is based on my experiences. If you think England's a great country, then fantastic. You think that. You probably think the same way about England that I do about New Zealand. Do you know what I mean? So good on you for that. I'm just not feeling it. England is not my country. So yeah. So they are just talking to me about how the earthquake struck Christchurch. I left. I think it was a few months before the earthquake happened. Oh my god, was that a creeper? Jesus. So I left a few months before the earthquakes happened, and now that the earthquakes have sort of, I think they've subsided. I think they occasionally get the odd one or two every now and again that are like low level earthquakes. But yeah, while I was living out there, it was all really cool. People were really friendly. Everyone was just amazing, and it's just, everyone's so friendly. People say hello to each other on the street. People help each other out. Like, I was walking the dog that we were looking after. I was walking the dog, and it stopped to take a dump outside the dairy, which is basically like a shop. like a corner shop basically, but they sell all milkshakes and deodorants and things like that. It's like a cross between what you'd call a chemist in the UK and like if you get Martin's the news agents, that's what it was. It was basically like a news agents that sold toiletries as well, so that was kind of cool. But the dog I was looking after took a dump outside the news agents, as it were, and so I had to go in the shop to get a bag because I didn't have no poo bags or anything on me. I went in the shop to get a bag, and as I come back out, some other geezer was picking up the poo and he chucked it in the bin for me. And he was like, "Oh, no worries, mate. I could see you were struggling, sort of thing. I could see that, like, you didn't have no bags on. Yes, no worries, sort of deal." Do you know what I mean? Over here, oh my God, in England, if you left dog's doodad by the side of the road, Jesus Christ, you would have so many people giving you grief for that shit. So many people, which is fair enough, but at the same time, people rather complain about it than try and be friendly and help a fellow citizen out. Do you know what I mean? We need to put some coal in here. But, yeah, so, they're telling me about how Christchurch, most of the buildings in Christchurch have now been knocked down, sadly, or they've fallen because of the earthquakes. And, that's really sad, because they had some amazing buildings there. Like, I think, while I was there, they'd only just finished getting the money together to rebuild the cathedral. And then, obviously everything happened, and the cathedral went, or it got heavily damaged. I think Alex used the words like, it looks like a meteorite's hit it. And that's not good. I'm gonna cover this gold up. I've been looking at it for the past 20 minutes or however long, and I'm gonna cover that gold up. And we need more stone, and I think there are zombies and stuff wandering around up there. Let's just cave this in. But yeah, before I left, they just got together the funds to sort of rebuild Christchurch Cathedral, and now that the earthquake struck, I'm not sure that it's still going to be going ahead. I'm not sure. But outside the front of it, an artist has built like a church out of a shrine, more like, out of twigs and nature and that sort of thing. And it gets all lit up at night, so it's like in front of this damaged church that man made is a church to nature, basically, and showing how nature can take it all back. And that's the vibe of New Zealand, do you know what I mean? That's what it's all about. But they've got like a shipping container mall. Like, there's loads of shipping containers being put together, like on top of each other and around each other, next to each other. And they're to form a shopping centre, basically. When I was there was Linwood Shopping Centre. I'm not sure what's happened to Linwood Shopping Centre. I imagine that's still there, because that was quite a sturdy looking building. My house that I used to live in New Zealand's not there anymore. Gone, they've flattened it. I was living in like a block of flats. It wasn't a block of flats, it was like a house. It was definitely a house. It was two houses connected together, and then those two houses had been split into two rooms. So there was like 4 living spaces per each, or per both the houses. So I had the downstairs area, my neighbours had the upstairs area, and then the house next to us had downstairs and upstairs as well. And it was just crazy. But that house was falling to bits, so the earthquake probably did very little to finish it off. Do you know what I mean? It just rolled on through and took what it needed to take. I'm gonna go over here because I need to talk to DR about this, I think, because I'm not too sure how this is supposed to go, and because I'm running out of stone, I have to do else things. But this redstone signal is part of the randomizer as well. I'm not sure how it's all wired in, but there are signals travelling and all that doodad. I leave most of the technical stuff I leave up to DR, because I'm not that good at it. I can collect redstone, no problem, but I can't. And I'm not sure this signal's working, so what I might do is I might come back to this later. What this is meant to do is meant to open the random doors on the side of the arenas. So if we go back up to the top, I know we haven't really made much progress today. In fact, yeah, let's just go back up to the top. I'll finish this off camera because you don't need to see me filling 8 domes worth of information. Oh, and I'll talk about up there as well. Basically, that row of redstone should be coming up to this section here, and this will open up. It will go along, and in the middle of a corridor between this biowarb and that biowarb, there will be a door, and that will be randomly open, so you can travel between the biomes as well, as randomly as you can travel to the central biome and up to the shop. So if we just check out the rickety walkway up to the shop as well, we've been working on this. This ladder will go, combatants will have to make their own way up here somehow, God knows how, and probably block up and that. And then there's a random door up here that should open. I've tried to allow for as much building room around here as possible, like this this entire window here can go, the one above the door, for wiring. So then this is the rickety pathway, and this will be the same on all of them. I've got no idea how I'm going to do the diagonal ones, just bear with me. I might have to just be really basic about that and shitty until I can work something out. You can do corner stairs, but they don't look right with it's difficult to explain, but they don't look right diagonal with the fence panels and all that doodad. But basically this walkway leads up to the shop, where you can trade lapis, rotten flesh, mob drops basically, and other sort of really basic materials. You can trade them in the shop for armors, extra lives, things like that. Like if you've got, I don't know, enough gold on you to make a notchy super apple, maybe you could trade that in, and instead of getting a notchy super apple you could get an extra life or something. I don't know, but a notchy super apple would probably be better for the situation. The cat trap's still working. We've got that down on lock. Before I leave this biome, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the ores that are from this biome back in here. Otherwise, I will just get confused. I'm also going to put all this stuff back as well. But yeah, it's just meeting up with my Alex and Martine. I've been trying to avoid saying that because Moni's Alex's ex-girlfriend. She's the one I knew him with when I was out in New Zealand, so it's sort of just in my brain. Like we've got family friends called Marilyn and Ian, and I can't imagine them ever separating or going anywhere else because I've always known them as Marilyn and Ian. Do you know what I mean? So it takes me a while, but yeah, Alex and Martine, so cool. They're the coolest people you could possibly hope to meet. Alex is a chef. And because of everything that's happened in Christchurch, we'll head down to the death games. Because of everything that's happened in Christchurch, he's been, I don't know if he was donated or if the college built him an oven, like an outdoors oven that he can use. It's made of clay and wheat, I think, and hay and things like that, just like natural ingredients basically. Oh fuck, I always miss this ladder. So he's got this oven, which is like a fire oven, that's just set up in the middle of the Christchurch Mall, and he and Martine are using it to cook pizzas and all that good stuff. So there you go, there's Peacemaker's Death Games. I think it looks pretty cool. I haven't put my name in there yet because obviously this just opens you up to being killed. Who's in there at the moment? Peacemaker! Oh my god, if only. Yeah, I haven't joined up to the death games because obviously I'm working on the arena, and if someone just ran up behind me and knocked me off, I'd be fucking livid. But I am interested in joining the death games. I think the skull looks really cool. Look at this bad boy. It's awesome, isn't it? Excellent. But yeah, I will be joining the death games. I just don't want people to be knocking me off while I'm working on the arena. And when you're in the death games, I think it's sort of mandatory that you've got to fight as well. Like if you put your name in, you actually have to go out and hunt down people who have put their name in as well. So I'm going to look into that. But I want to get this place done first. As you can see, the skeletons have been done for the lower half of the dome. But yeah, did I finish my story about the outdoor stove? I'm not sure I did. Basically, this outdoor stove is set up so they can cook pizzas for people using naturally sourced ingredients locally sourced ingredients that have been naturally grown on like farm plots and things like that, and just that sort of thing. And they cook and sell pizzas. They're all the same price, the pizzas. Like the pizzas never, like say they're $10 or $6 each. They never vary in price. Every pizza is the same. So you can get like an expensive pizza, or you can just get like a basic pizza. And I think it's the same price all round. All naturally, locally sourced ingredients, which is amazing. And once someone wants to build where Alex and Martine are doing their thing, basically, where they're cooking, all they have to do is I think they have to put this powder stuff on their furnace, and that will dissolve it and return it to the very earth that they built it out of. So I just think that's amazing. Do you know what I mean? I think you can do all this thing, you can help people, and you can get on And you can, even out of the ashes of an earthquake, people are still helping each other. People are still like, yeah, we can do this. And people are still doing things that they enjoy. Alex, I've known him to always be a cook. Do you know what I mean? Alex has always been a cook for as long as I've known him. He used to cook meals when I used to live with him in Bridge Street. And it was just amazing. And then every time he comes to visit me in the UK, he always cooks something excellent. Last time it was honey-covered gammon. And that was just amazing. But, yeah, I just think it's incredible that people like that exist and they're still doing their thing even after, like, earthquakes and shit like that have ruined, well, not ruined. Some people might say it's emboldened Christchurch. Some people might say it's made Christchurch better for the amount of stuff that is now happening, the sense of community and things like that. So yeah, if you guys ever want my travel advice to go to a country, get your asses a working holiday visa, get yourself out to New Zealand and just enjoy life. Because believe me, there's more to life than America, more to life than the UK. There's more to life than all of this. Believe me. Check out New Zealand, check out Australia, check out all these amazing places. Believe me, you won't be disappointed. The people are so friendly and everyone's just out to help each other. But with that said, I know this has been a really talky episode today, guys, and I'm sorry. It's been one of those go out there and live your damn life episodes, and you better go out there and live your damn life because that's what it's all about. But we're going to get back on with the arena. I hope you guys don't mind that we're sticking hardcore mode on permanently. We're hoping it'll add to more exciting stuff. We also hope that you don't mind that we're using the Death Games idea. I just think it'll add a bit more interest to the server, more PvP going on. So yeah, thank you very much for watching, guys. It's been a pleasure as always, and hopefully the next time I see you will either be more Deadpool, more worms, or we'll be cleaning out the rest of this arena, and hopefully putting some... Oh, hang on, before we go, this is another thing I wanted to talk about. This is, Rudy's cat, my friend, this is for you. Right. Dear fans and supporters of the Chaos Nova family and server, we love you. You're excellent people. But we are going to host an open day at the arena. So what we're going to do is we're going to get all this completed. We're going to back up the world once everything is working perfect and everything's been sorted in the arena. Right? And then we're going to invite loads of people on to come fight us in the arena. So myself, all the ChaosCrafters, you guys, basically, if you want in on this, I want you to sign up to the forum. This is, if I was going to do it, I'd want you to sign up to the forum and sort of like make a post there with your name, like, oh, I'm really interested, let me join the games that you're playing on your server, basically. But that probably won't work until much later date, do you know what I mean? Until we've got like people actually signing up to the forum willingly, not being asked by me all the time, do you know what I mean? But basically what's going to happen is either you guys are going to sign up and we're gonna do the random games, like we'll have 1v1v1v1, like 8 versus 8, whatever it is, like 1v1v1 style, or we'll have it so each of the ChaosCrafters gets a bit of wool, and then the dispenser's reloaded, so we'll go off to our biomes, and then the guys who have come on, like you guys who have come on to join us and play a few matches, you'll then go through the dispenser again, like you'll get chosen a colour wool, and then it'll be up to you to team up with or hinder whoever you get in the biome with. Like, so, say I got light blue, and then Rudy's cat, it's Minkable, they also got lights blue. We could form a team in our bio orb, but you've then got to remember that we've only got a limited amount of resources. Like, there's only so much iron, there's only so much coal, there's only so much gold. So you could kill. There's a 5-minute leniency when the game starts, but if you kill your guys after that 5 minutes leniency, then you'll probably be in a better position because you won't have to share resources, but you will be down low on health. But you'll still have the ability to find gold, so it's up to you, do you know what I mean? Like how you play this game, all v all, or started in teams and things like that. Totally up to you. But thank you very much for watching, guys. I know I sort of ramble my endings every now and then. It's what I do. Thank you very much for watching. Much love from myself, much love from the ChaosCraft server, and we will see you next time. Bye-bye.